Well, Dolly, two movies have aired on NBC over the last two holiday seasons, and the most recent was Christmas of Many Colors. What is it like for you seeing your childhood on display for all the world?
Well, it's really a feeling I can't quite describe. In fact, I remember when the first movie, Coat of Many Colors, came out, my sister Stella, who's also played Corla Bass, the lady in the movie, she played the part. But we had Sam Haskell, who is my partner, and he's the executive producer. And so Stella, he set it up to where we could go see it alone because we figured we'd cry our eyes out if other people were around and we didn't want to be embarrassed. So anyway, we were walking in and we thought, how amazing is this to be here holding the hands of sisters when we were little kids, somebody in the movies playing us, and now here we are going in to see our life and our past and our family. So it was very, very moving, very touching. Same with the Christmas of Many Colors. Stella also played that part. But seeing Mom and Daddy come back to life, they've been gone for years now, my brothers and sisters, us going back to our childhood, it was very overwhelming and very emotional to me.
So all of the brothers and sisters, you've heard it from all of them about seeing it?
Oh yeah, they were the same thing when we did the premiere of Coat of Many Colors, of course, out here. So a lot of my family wasn't able to be here. But we did the Christmas of Many Colors at Dollywood. And so all of my family, my mom's people, my dad's people, I invited everybody from all the different states that some of them lived in. And so they were all there, and I could just, you could just hear all this, sniffing and crying, and you could see all the Kleenexes in the room, just tissue. So it was very moving. And later we heard that, of course, I heard from everybody how proud they were that we were represented so well.
Well, speaking of your parents, Jennifer Nettles plays your mom, and Ricky Schroeder plays your father. How accurate were they? How close did they get to them?
Very. Ricky Schroeder looks like my dad and my dad's people, and my brothers, my oldest brother especially. So he had that look, and Sam Haskell had known him for years, and when we went down the line of people to play, I said, it's got to be Ricky, because he's family. He looks like Daddy did when Daddy was young. And so Jennifer, of course, my mother was dark. She had dark hair, dark eyes, and dark skin. And I get my coloring from my dad, but my features from Mom. But anyway, she looked so much like Mama when I saw her on the screen doing this. I didn't realize it was Jennifer Nettles. And when Sam was showing me all the different people, I said, oh, that's Mama. He said, you know who that is, don't you? And I said, well, no, because Jennifer didn't have her makeup on and she had her hair dark. And he said, that's Jennifer Nettles. I said, oh my God, because I love her anyway. But she killed it. She really nailed it. And she asked me a lot about my mom, and my sister Stella was on the set, so she talked to different people about Mom and Dad. So Ricky and Jennifer were always asking us, about what they were really like. But she really was so much like that, Mama, especially in Mama's young years.
Olivia Allen Lynn plays you as the young Dolly.
Oh.
And I've interviewed her a couple of times.
Is she not precious?
She's going to be like, we're going to look back in like 20 years ago. I knew that Oscar winner when
Exactly.
she was little. What about her when they were first casting? Did you go, that's the one?
Well, Sam and I went over all of this. Sam does all the hard work, of course. He has to go through all the stuff, and then he'll, screen everybody. And then when they get down to just a few people, then he'll bring them to me to say, what about this? So I kept saying, no, no. And even when different ones were thinking we had the right little Dolly, I said, no, it's not right. God's going to send her because she's got to have a certain kind of spirit, a certain kind of attitude, and I'll know it when I see it. So we went through all kinds of children to find the little Dolly. And the day that Sam showed me Olivia, it was like one of those things where I cried because she was acting out one of the parts, and Sam knew then that was the one. So I said, that's her, that's the one. I knew that it would come. So she was absolutely perfect for the part. She made me look good. I was never that cute, nor that smart, but she really got into it and did a wonderful job. You're right, though. She's going to be a big star.
She's got all of what you would want.
Yeah, in fact, I just found out an interesting thing. This might be something of interest to the public out there. Little Hannah, that played Judy, and Allie, Olivia, they became best friends and on the show because they wanted to be like my best friend Judy Ogle and me. And I just found out that they both got cast in the remake of Overboard. They're playing sisters. So they're going to actually get to, you know, because they had such a good chemistry on the screen. So I thought that was wonderful. So they are both going on doing other things.
Well, you and Allie have good chemistry too. And the second one, you actually make an appearance, and it's not just the bookends at the beginning and the end. You play a lady that really turned out to mean a lot in your life.
Well, actually, I always talk about how I came up with my over-exaggerated look, too much makeup, too much hair. And so I really patterned my look sincerely after the town trollop in our town. When I was little, I was so impressed with her. And so Sam and I got to talking about it. Why don't we incorporate her into the Christmas of Many Colors and let that kind of give me a reason to actually be in the movie, but playing another part. And so we thought it was kind of cool to have
a little inside joke.
Yeah, like a little inside thing for my fans too, which they really enjoyed it. But it was amazing when I was working with her, thinking about the little me and the big me. You know, it was kind of touching. I tell you, that movie touched me, both of them, in very unusual ways as a person digging down into my, my soul, my heart, my childhood memories. So, but that show itself was very meaningful because it was about, see, I grew up in a very spiritual family. My grandpa, who's played by Gerald McCraney in the movie, he was a preacher. And so we really grew up with that spiritual background, believing that through God, all things are possible. And so it was just touching and amazing to, to have all those things, brought in the movie, to get to have all those wonderful elements like that.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about some awards, but both of these movies have won the Christopher Award, which is for family wholesome entertainment, and I bet that meant a lot to you.
It really did, because we were really pleased to win it the first time, because it's up against a lot of wonderful shows, movies, and we had no idea that we were going to win it twice, twice in a row. So that really meant a lot, because it seems to have touched a lot of people, because that's what I had started to say before about my grandpa being a preacher and then believing, and so the miracles and the faith that we tried to portray in the movie, that God is there and He does work miracles if you believe it. And so we were touched that we won the Christopher Award, because they do stand for the families and the people that kind of want to bring family and faith, the faith-based movies. There's not many of them around so much anymore, or series or anything. So it meant a lot to us to win that. And
the next project with Sam and NBC will be Jolene, right?
Yes, well, we've been working on that for a while, so we're excited. We have a few other projects with them, but the one hopefully next with them will be the movie Jolene, based on my song, of course. Now, it's not faith-based, but it does have some good, it's got some redeeming qualities.
It's not going to be rated R either, though.
No, it's not rated R, but Jolene, of course, was in the song, was a flamboyant girl that was kind of, out to steal somebody's man and all that. But she has redeeming qualities, especially toward the end. So it's a good one, but it's not like Jolene or Coat of Many Colors and Christmas of Many Colors. We purposely, I don't want to feel like that I can't be free to do all sorts of things, because I do have my faith and I do totally believe, but I'm also a writer. I'm also an artist, so I have to be able to do all the things that I want to do.
Speaking of Jolene, just a few months ago, your 8th Grammy Award, and I think the first time you've actually won for the song Jolene, and you sing it with Pentatonix, and how did you find out that you'd won?
Well, everybody called me. Of course, it was an exciting thing to get to do that with that group, Pentatonix. They're very, very hot right now, as you well know. And so I got asked if I would come and actually sing on it. And I was happy to do it. I think it had something to do with some kind of project that we were both doing with Cracker Barrel, some kind of a promotion thing, and I don't remember who actually put that together, but I was thrilled to do it, and so were they, for us to do it together. And then I mean, wouldn't you know, we win a Grammy for it. And then we also got to sing it on The Voice with Miley Cyrus singing with us, and Jolene and I mean, Molly and I always sing Jolene together, and Molly always includes it in her stage shows, and she's kind of famous for Jolene too, so that whole thing was amazing. Jolene, as just a little bit of information, is the most recorded song that I've ever had, that I've ever written.
By other artists?
Yeah, by other artists all through the years. Well, this is 40 years old, same as I Will Always Love You, but Jolene gets recorded more with garage bands and new bands. It's just one of those fun little songs to sing and play.
Do you recall what your first big award show was, like the first one you attended?
Well, probably back when I was with the Porter Wagoner show, when I first started with Porter in 1969. Well, I became a member of the Grand Ole Opry in 69. I started with Porter in 67, I think. And so we started going to the CMA Awards. We were even nominated, I think, for the second year I was with Porter, we had won, I think, the Duet of the Year. And so I started going to the CMA Awards then. And I had, though, for the BMI Awards, this songwriter awards, as you know, broadcast music awards in Nashville. I had won, before that, a song that I had written that I did not sing. I won the Song of the Year in 1966, called Put It Off Until Tomorrow. Bill Phillips, who was a big artist on Decca Records, my Uncle Bill Owens, who was my early manager, and my uncle that we talked about in the Christmas of Many Colors movie. Well, we had written this song, and that was before I ever got my deal with Porter or any of that. But we won the Song of the Year that year, and so that was actually the first award show that I was at, and also won the award. Then from that on, it was always music awards. Well,
you've done them all with Oscar ceremonies and Grammys, and
yeah.
So, I mean, do you like doing that?
Well, I love to be recognized for my work. I don't do it for the awards as much as the rewards, because there are many in many forms, but I take my songwriting so serious, so anytime that I win anything about songs that I've written, I'm always happy to sing them. But yes, I've been blessed with good luck all through my career. I've been blessed with good people. You know, I've been surrounded all my life with things, whether it's from my theme park, Dollywood. I have great partners, the Hershin family, great people that run the park. Same with all of my production, you know, through the years. My manager, Sandy Gallen, and I produced many things, you know, through the years, as far as TV and movies. And now, working with Sam Haskell, God just blesses me and says, these are good people. These are the right people, because every day I pray that God will bring all the right things and all the right people into my life and take all the wrong things out. So I pray and I believe that, and I just kind of wait around. And sure enough, I've been blessed. So I can't take credit for all of that. I'm there, I do my part, but so does everybody.
You have to work
around
hard
me.
and be ready for it too.
Absolutely.
99, I went back and watched this last night on YouTube, inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Since that's really where you got your beginning, was country music, well, what did that mean to you?
That meant a lot, because I wasn't expecting to go. I thought that was something you had to wait till you was old. I was old enough, I guess, but I was really happy, because also I was happy because that was the very last year that they actually did it as an individual. After that, they, you know, had 3 or 4 people or 2 or 3 people. And so I was actually, that was the very last year, so I got to get up and sing my song and feel like that I could claim that little spot, you know, myself. Right. Not being selfish, but being proud, but humbly proud, not egotistically proud. But I was really, really honored that I was in the Hall of Fame that early, because I was, you know, younger then.
Well, you started early.
I did. I started singing when I was 10 years old on radio and TV, so I've been at it for 60 years.
When I watched that video, it led me to others where you really like to give back to other people in the industry, because you've inducted quite a few. I saw your induction speech for Porter Wagoner and Reba McEntire and some others. You like to give back to the people as well.
Oh, I do. And we're like brothers and sisters, and I'm sure you've noticed through the years how close-knit the country people are. And they're so close to help out with anything, just like recently when we had the big fires in the Smoky Mountains, and when I did the telethon. I mean, those people, I didn't have to ask them. they were just calling to say, what can we do to help? So they're just so good. And same with when they have the tornadoes and the floods and everything. The country artists are just so good to help out. And so we're a family.
Another person you honored just this year, I was backstage when you did the honor for Lily Tomlin at the SAG Awards.
Oh, Lily.
You were having a blast, she was having a blast.
We were, but we were so disappointed because Jane, we'd been planning this for months. We were so excited that we were going to finally get to do something together again, and the people were excited. And then Jane got strep throat the day before, and she tried her best to get there, and we said, no, don't you come and give it to us. But she couldn't, she wasn't able to do it. But even if she had been willing to do it, we said, no, don't you bring them germs in here. But we were so disappointed with that. But Lily is so funny, such a girlfriend. We had such a good time. I became very close to both of them doing the movie. We don't hang out much. I see Lily more than I do Jane, but we are always willing to help each other.
My favorite moment of that night, your speech was wonderful, but Lily's backstage with us, a few minutes after she accepted, and they have the monitor of the ceremony, and she's answering questions, and at one point they start running the memoriam, and she looks over, she says, let's all be quiet, and then she says, I hope I'm not part of that next year.
Well, we make the jokes, as you remember. Everybody's always wanted us to do a remake of 9 to 5 or a sequel. And they keep saying year in, year out that we're going to do it. And just like with my jokes that night, I said, well, if we're going to do it, we better get to it, or they'd have to call it 95, not 925.
Well, you could write that song.
I could.
One last question, another achievement of yours, maybe the biggest one in my opinion, maybe in your career, because it was from your country, and that was the Kennedy Center Honors.
Oh.
And that, I don't think people realize, they see the 2 hours on CBS, but they don't realize that's a whole weekend for the honoree.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun too, but it's like always, to me, I like to just, if I win an award, I like to clean up, go backstage, go get it, go home, because I don't really like to hang around and sit around. But we had a really good time that weekend, seeing all those famous people, all those stars that do come back year in and year out that have been honored through the years. And some people just show up because they love the entertainment. They get invited if they want to come. So that was a really, really big thing in my life. That was a great honor, because here you are, a little country girl from an outhouse to the White House, so to speak. And it's like I kept thinking, wow, this is kind of amazing to be honored at those types of things.
Well, thank you so much. This has been a pleasure.
Well, thank you.